Namaste, viewers, and welcome to this very special initiative called the Sate Connect podcast in association with Remarkable. This journey has been truly incredible, and the guest this afternoon on the Friday of January is an incredible person. I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, because he has been one entrepreneur who I can vouch for has the fire in his belly, because he started with the diamond business. Very interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, he started with the world of diamonds and cutting, polishing, and as he beautifully said, that I found my diamond in the insurance world. We have none other than Dev Karwat, who's the founder and CEO of Seagull. His journey truly of 23 years of discovering that diamond insurance has been outstanding. He has stood the test of time. He's stuck to his course. He's stuck to his core, not diverting left, right, center. He said insurance is the way forward. And we have with us on the hot seat the gentleman who knows insurance at the back of his hands. Dev, it's such a pleasure to have you on our Sate platform. You've given 23 years of your life dedicated to the fact that convincing people why insurance is critical. And just a few days ago, I sent you a very interesting BBC caption as well saying, why insurance? Dev, we really want to hear your story, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rima. Thank you, Sade, for having me here. It's a pleasure. I'm just here to share some interesting facts about our journey, about the overall travel insurance business, and why we've lasted for 25 years. I think this is so. First of all, the first reason why I am in the travel insurance business is not basically because of insurance, but because of travel. Right? I love traveling. That's my passion, and I still remember I got my first stamp on my passport only after I'd started business, because when I used to work with all these great travel agents, I always had the aspiration to travel, and that's for every Indian, the middle class, the upper middle class, everyone wants to see the world now, and I think that's great. India is growing as a country. The kind of growth that we have seen over the last few years in the tier 2, 3, 4 cities is just unimaginable. So most tour operators, travel agents, insurance companies, and all the other ancillary providers are all trying to, see how they can try and capture the tier 2, 3, and 4 cities. I think that's where the market is. That's where the growth is. And what we are seeing now is that there are, if I break up, the customers or the people traveling right now, one is the millennials, and the other is the more experienced and the senior citizen side. So the millennials today don't necessarily want to spend money on buying that expensive pair of denim or branded stuff, but they want to invest and spend their money on experiences. And what better than travel? So travel is the best experience that anybody can have. And they are choosing their own way of buying, whether it's tickets, etc. So there is a market for that. And then you have the senior citizens whose children have settled abroad, and they're telling their parents, they're encouraging their parents to travel more. So they are the second set of travelers who are depending on these our whole travel agent fraternity that we have today to help them sort out their entire bookings, etc. And coming to the travel insurance side, the penetration in India when we started 20 years ago was in single digits, and that was quite surprising, right? So if there were 100 people traveling, only about 7 or 8 would buy travel insurance. And again, those people who were buying were primarily for getting a visa, not to cover themselves. As an organization, we've always tried to make sure that we can make a difference in the industry, make a difference to the customer, make a difference to the traveler's life. So what we've tried to always do is innovate, try to educate the travel agents fraternity. We run different kind of training programs for our travel agents partners, where we kind of try to make them understand how the evolved markets like the US, UK, Australia, how they sell travel insurance to their customers, how, what kind of products are being sold there. So we brought those products from the world, platter to India. So those are some of the things that we've been doing over the last 20 years. We've managed to take that conversion from that single digit to mid late 20s right now, which is still lower compared to the evolved markets where it is almost the other way around, which means that 80 to 90% people will not step out of their country without buying a travel insurance. And travel insurance is not mainly just for buying a health cover, but also for buying cancellations, buying loss of luggage, missed flight, covering their adventure sports, covering their car rental. There's so much, right? And that cannot be a silver, gold, platinum plan which can continue forever. There has to be a customization. There has to be a product curated for different kind of traveler, whether it's a student, whether it's a honeymoon couple, whether it's a senior citizen, whether somebody's traveling for business. So every customer requires a different kind of a product. And our endeavor always has been that we differentiate the travelers. We cannot give the same product to everyone. And that's one of the biggest things that we try and share in our training programs. And second is, there is a myth that, nothing is going to happen to me, right? We Indians think that we are invincible. And our immunity is very, very high and nothing is going to happen to me. But we get 2 or 3 emergency cases where somebody is having a heart attack or somebody's, having a big issue, somebody's stranded in some mountain somewhere and we need to get an evacuation done. So that's our life. That's what we do every single day. And when we tell these stories to our travel agent partners, I think they understand what this business is all about. It's not about just selling a paper, but it's about caring for their customers, making sure that they are looked after until they reach home again. So I think slowly and gradually, the Indian traveler is beginning to sort of realize, and especially post-COVID, that he cannot travel without travel insurance. Whether it is traveling for a 4-day trip to Thailand, UAE, or Singapore, or it is a Schengen country, or it is US, they will need a travel insurance for various reasons, and it's a necessity now. It's like you can't travel without certain necessities, and this is one of them now.
No, as you said, Dave, I mean, such serious events can happen in your life. I mean, I think this whole attitude of Ram Bharose, which is so India in a way.
Yes.
I think there has to be a mindset shift. Yeah, I mean, personally, genuinely. I mean, if my 18-year-old is traveling, which she did when she was 17, as I told you, my family was super clear. We micro detailed the insurance. As we're saying, you actually said it, and we did it, that we actually did micro detailing, saying that, hey, it's not only one gold, silver, platinum package. However, when a kid travels, what to do? So that's been very interesting. A fabulous point you brought out is about micro detailing. That it is not just about this mega cover that you give gold, silver, bronze, platinum, whatever. It's just about individually specific travel insurance is a great point. And the point that you said that sab kuch nahi hota hai Ram Bharose, yaar, we have to get to the fact that COVID probably slapped us on our face, and I hope we woke up,
Yes.
and really, and also the fact remains that it's so better. There's no statement that fits insurance better than this, better safe than sorry.
Yes.
I mean, come on, you pay up to be safe, then to cry later. This example which you gave of the Switzerland event, or small events about really people at young age, at 30s, are probably getting to, cardiac issues. Why have a holiday that's blotched?
Yeah.
I get you, Dave, and you've been really sticking to the course. You're educating. Whenever I call up your team, they only tell me Dev sir is traveling, man. I said, what is this gentleman up to? You're going to tier 2 and tier 3 cities of India. In my eyes, as a media professional journalist, that's India's future, Dev.
Yes,
Literally, in the
absolutely.
space. I mean, India's domestic power and entire 2 and tier 3 cities is something I'm sure you already started to tap. Whether it is Lucknow, whether it is Kolhapur, whether it is, Rajkot, I don't know. These pockets, I hope people realize the power of travel and travel insurance, and I'm sure you're doing a fabulous job in this area. My second question is it's a little quaint, a little um, soulful, I think. Then what is the most weird inquiries you get? Or what is the most weird questions that people ask you? कि क्या करेंगे यार insurance लेके?
So, let me answer this in a little different way, right? So, more than questions is in our this whole journey of educating our partners and their customers. So we did, a bit of interacting with their customers, and I'm not talking about tier 2 and 3 cities. I'm talking about tier 1 city, where the customers walk in and we talk to them about travel insurance. The customer will turn around and say, but look, I have LIC, so I don't need travel insurance. I have a Mediclaim policy, so I don't need travel insurance. So people haven't even realized that LIC is different, right? It's your life cover in case you die, your family gets that money. But travel insurance is completely different from that. We've seen people who have gone without a travel insurance to the US. Something has gone wrong. They've actually had to come back and sell their house because there your medical costs can be in millions of dollars. It's very different in the US. So that's the in this whole learning curve, and like we've been discussing about the tier 2, 3, and 4 cities. What we feel that today it's our duty, right? So we did this with the tier 1 city maybe 20 years ago, but today it's our duty, responsibility to support, help, educate people who are traveling from these places. Especially when we know that they're willing to spend the money. It's not that money is an issue because travel insurance is not even 0.5% of your travel cost. It's less than that. So nobody's going to really not buy. If they don't buy, it's because they don't have the knowledge of what it is, what is the product about, and how important it is for them. So we continue our journey with the tier 2, 3, 4 cities, and even in tier 1 cities, where we want to support that growth, support the change in mindset of people wanting to travel abroad. And I think we'll continue to do that because I think that's something that we, as an industry leader, I personally take that as a responsibility. That is not just about running a business, not about just P&L, right? It's all about how can you sort of, if a customer is abroad, if a traveler is abroad, if something goes wrong with him, and if we can help him, I don't think there is a better joy. I don't think there is any better satisfaction that you can get when you can get them back home safe. Humanity, compassion to that whole process.
Wow, and you actually said what this industry actually is reflecting. It's a people's industry, Dave. As our previous guest, we had Mrs. Veena Patil on it, we had Ankush Nachawan, we had Mr. Goel, Rajiv Kohli. Everybody said this one word is that, we are a people-centric industry. We're an industry that is for the people, of the people, by the people in the largest way. And you're actually endorsing this so much further, saying that my team, you're saying, is talking the language of people first.
Yeah.
What if it's my father? What if it's my brother? Is what it's very clear. You can't be clinical here. You can't be technical here. You have to become soulful. You have to talk to the person on the other side. You become a counselor, Dave, in a way.
Yes.
I think you first hold the family together, saying, okay, we're with you. If you've answered this little question about, what are the funny questions that you get? My thing is, how is India's B2B segment responding to you? Are you finding difficulties getting through the fraternity sometimes? And if yes, what is that one challenge, Dave, that a Seago is facing?
There are always going to be mindsets of whether it's a partner, whether it's a traveler. But I don't think we're going to give up. Right? I don't, because we're on a mission. We're on a mission to make sure that we take that conversion from 25 to 100%. We want everybody to be safe when they travel. The travel agent is also now, luckily, like I said, because of COVID, they've understood, what are the real challenges that a customer can face. A travel agent is asking for, more coverages. We have seen people upgrade themselves from a base cover, medical base cover, to a second base cover or a third high cover, right? Because they realize that by paying a small amount of additional, they can actually get 5 times cover, which nobody used to bother about it earlier. So I would say COVID being a trigger factor, our journey is slightly become easier in terms of with the travel agents, but we want to continue this work that we're doing. One of the biggest reasons why the partners that we work with, we have the longest relationship. So once we have a partner, I think the minimum age would be at least 10 years of our relationship, right? We never work for less than 10 years. And that reason is because they can see that we are not doing a business, but they can see that we are doing a service. They can see that we mean what we do. I think that's the difference. And we enjoy that, and they enjoy that. And I think that's a beautiful sort of a relationship that we have.
That's amazing, Dave. I think thank you so much for giving me this insight that the travel agents, tour operators today are completely ready to listen, to learn, and to probably then lead in their own way through this interesting must-have segment of the travel industry. I think it's the last and the forgotten, but totally it's the must-have. One of the last questions now is, any pocket of India you think needs to be worked on a little more seriously through your research? That's something you would like to go more often, where people need to be educated a little more, a certain pocket of India?
So Rima, I don't think there's any specific pocket where it needs any specific attention. Like I said, every state, we not only cover him, but we also take care of their family back home here, whether giving them any sort of emergency medical assistance, doctor on call. So while he's studying, while he's working there, he's also mentally secured that somebody will help him apart from his friends, relatives. There is somebody else professionally who can help him with supporting his family, whether it's a medical emergency. So every state has its own kind of traveler, and we try to address the need depending on the traveler that is.
That's so again we are coming to micro detailing here, because I think your business from a macro viewpoint is coming to a micro detailing viewpoint, because now you're saying that you're tapping students even from a different state differently.
Yes.
Punjab sector wants, maybe the Bangalore sector doesn't want it.
Yes.
Either or. So how interesting. Yes. I mean, this is like a very healthy conversation of learnings, Dave. Dave, what do you think today is, since it's SATE is happening in February 2023, how important is this event for the industry according to your eyes? And most importantly, I personally feel, it's not that because we are here on SATE, but they are the confidence builders of our industry today. When they are having a show in 2023 with all the, the tamasha of COVID, in the background somewhere, which I really want to, probably sideline. But the fact that they're confidence builders, do you have an opinion, Dave, on what you feel SATE is as a player for the market in the industry?
So, Rima, I think SATE is definitely a landmark event in the country. There are a lot of people, again, in tier 2, 3, 4 cities or tier 1 that we interact with, may or may not attend some other events happening locally, but they want to come to SATE because that's a place, that's the mecca for your, travel industry. People want to come once in a year to attend SATE. They get a lot of information, knowledge, meet new people, interact with new people. and they go back with a lot of information and confidence that yes, the industry is doing well, and we have help, right? They can talk to so many people under one roof. So I think it's an event which no one should miss out on.
I'm so glad. And do we see you there, Dev?
Yes, absolutely.
Super. And you've been always very active with Satya, right? I mean, you
Yes.
find because I know there's a lot of energy and lot of interaction, good energy, because,
Yes.
I don't know, I personally feel as a media journalist doing stories on a call, I hated it during the peak of our, field journalism. I would like to go meet people. Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's how we connected. If I was talking to you on the phone, it's nice for an extent, but of course, Zoom bailed us all during our trying
Yes.
times.
Yes.
Hats off to the online and hybrid and all kinds of words, but the energy is different on the floor.
Yes, you're right, Rima. And especially in the travel industry, people come with so much of energy, so much of fun. It's more of fun, right? We really travel to fun and relaxation. So when you're going there, it's not only working,
Yes.
but you're interacting with your industry mates where everybody's happy, everybody's talking positive, everybody's having fun there, most importantly. So I think it's a great fun event and a learning event.
Super. Dev, as we part today, a thank you is a very formal thing to say. But I know your schedule, Dev. You've been on the move, on the go, literally, convincing people as to why this entire industry is worth it. Dev, on this very positive note, do you want to just give one message to this beautiful, vibrant industry?
Yes. So Rima, I would like to thank you and Sade for having this discussion on travel insurance, because this is one topic or one subject which is not always sort of taken seriously yet in India. But if when I interact with our partners and I look at it, I think we are one of the biggest, in the top 3 or 4 revenue generators for the travel industry. So it's not only we are helping the traveler as a team, that means as a travel agent partner and us, we're not only helping the traveler, but it's also a biggest revenue generator. And I see in coming times, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So it's time that travel insurance is taken very seriously, and we can work together, whether it's a platform like Sate, travel agents, and us to bring out the best for the travel.
Super. And I'm sure Team Sate is here to work neck to neck with you, supporting each other in this beautiful journey of the travel and tourism industry. Dev Kanpat, the founder and CEO of Seago. Seago is a very queer name, Dev. I mean, maybe on the sidelines, I can really ask you what this experience is with the Seago. I mean, the meaning, and of course, on this very positive note, Dev Kanpat, thank you so much from Team Sate Connect, from the entire family here with Sate and Remarkable. We really welcome you to Informa Markets Sate 2023.
Yes, thank you for having me, and it's pleasure talking to you and all the viewers.